Hi, my name is Don, and I am working on a project today, which I thought maybe, why not videotape it? To me, I don't really think it's too interesting, but maybe. First time I ever done it, but I have a new vehicle. It's a 1990 Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck with I have this I'm going to use for in the winter. It has a plow on it, so I could. Well, you can't really see too well there, but there's a plow on the truck. But I got the truck for like $300, and it just kind of like given to me. But it had a really bad exhaust leak. The manifold, the pipe was but I never did an exhaust system like this, so maybe somebody will want to know how to do it. This is the first time I ever done this, but because they wanted like $1,500 to fix it. $1,500 for an exhaust, because they says, oh, you might need an exhaust manifold too. But this is the Y pipe. I never even knew what a Y pipe was, but now I know. This side goes in the catalytic converter. And this I got a plug for. It's for an oxygen sensor, but put a plug in there. And this is the Y pipe here. This is the old one that I took off here. And the old one's, you can see it's kind of rusted. That's what it looks like when it's new. And so this part goes into the manifold underneath, and this goes to here, and then this comes up, and it pulls up around here like that. And that's how it would go in, nice kind of smooth thing. But I've never, this is the first time I've done a muffler system like this before. I learned a few things. I did all this as like $160 for all the whole thing. Not the catalytic converter though. It's still on there, but it's a little rusty. But the problem was underneath. It was hold on a second. Put on my glasses. Go underneath the truck. These are the bolts that go in there, and I never even knew that these went in there, but this end screws into the manifold, so there's no nut on it. So I was looking for a nut, but there's no nut on there. And so what I ended up doing is I could not Anyway, there's the exhaust manifold. That's where they go in. And there's threads here. And this thing screws in there like this. Like that. But what my problem was was I could not get them out. I mean, this is the one, this one is left in there because I just left that in there. It did not break off, but my other ones, they broke off. This one broke off, snapped off. This one broke off, and there's just a stud on there. So what I did was I just drilled it out and re-tapped it. I mean, this one's a little off. I mean, I'm kind of made a mistake on it a little bit. There's not much. If you can see, there's not much on that side. I hope it'll be alright, but I wasn't very centered on there. And you see this is a little bit, this one's nice. I did a nice job on that one. But this one is a little bit off center. What it is, I cut them off. I tried to get them off, I tried to torch them. And here is the other one. On the other side. These I just took a Dremel. I mean, after they they broke off, and I just cut these with the Dremel just now. And I cut these with the Dremel, and I cut that with the Dremel, just so, you know, a little grinding wheel. Cut that off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to smooth those out. I'm going to grind it, make it smooth, because I think that's why my drill walked before, because I had it center punched on the, but I think it walked on me because it wasn't flat. So I think that's why my drill went off center a little bit. But I'm going to grind this, flatten, and put a center mark right in the center. Try to do a better job than I did last time. And you know, I thought about putting bolts in here. I mean, that's what I was going to do at first. I had the bolts and I bought them, but you know what? You can't do it because back behind you can't put a bolt in there. Because if I had a big long bolt, it would not. Because there's the exhaust manifold is behind it, so you can't put a bolt in there. I mean, well, you might be able to put a threaded rod with the bolt on the other end, though. That would probably work. That would work. But there's no bolt on these studs there like that. Then, but on this side, you could put a bolt in here because there's room. There's plenty of room there. And on this side, you would not be able to. So and that's why I was like wondering why they just don't. I mean, this side you wouldn't be able to get a bolt in there because you can see the exhaust manifold is there, so you can't. You can put a threaded rod through there, put a bolt on the other end, then that would work. Or just put the bolt upside down. And put the nut on the other end and the head on this end. That would work also. Well, I didn't think about that. But anyway, what I did is I just went and bought a tap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to center punch this, center punch that after I grind it flat. I mean, center punch this, center punch that, grind it flat, and then drill a hole through it, and then tap it. Just like I did before, and hopefully make it a little bit more better than I did the last time. But you see, I got all the there's all the rest of the exhaust. This is like a dual exhaust. And that's it underneath. There's a Y pipe, and then there's hangers too. There's the hanger. It's off now. And there's the muffler, and then down there you can see pipes are just laying in the ground. What I did is I put them together, and I tried to, after I smushed them together, and I tried to take them apart. They won't come apart. So I'm like, because the way they won't come apart because they're all smushed together. So just be forewarned if you want to make sure you're gonna, like, before you put the clamps on it, that when they're all bent together, you probably won't be able to get them off unless you cut them or something. But I put them on there. I tried like hell to get them off. I can't get them off, so I don't know. That's something new to me, so I never did mufflers, but somebody wants $900 to do it. I mean, you know, I can learn how to do it for $900. I can't believe that they want to charge me $900 for that. And they were saying $1,500. They wanted to charge me. And they were saying $1,500 if I needed a new exhaust manifold. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. $1,500 on a 1990. You think I'm gonna spend that much money on? I mean, you know, but the way that it was, there was just too much exhaust smoke coming through there, and I mean, it's going through the cab when you turn on the heater, because this is the winter time, you know. Right now it's like 4:45 in the morning. I've been up all night working on it. I mean, but I didn't wake up till like 12:30. I took a nap, but yeah, this thing, it has dual exhaust on it. It has the two exhaust pipes there, and there's another hanger. This is the hanger. I got it at AutoZone. They did a better job than Napa. I got the same thing over Napa. They didn't have hangers for it, but then this one hangs right here. On this one, there's a little clip there thing. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there it is. Then you just put a clamp around it. And then here's the exhaust part here. Other side. It's kind of hard to see, but that's the exhaust pipe there. I mean, a dual exhaust. Yeah, you can see that there. But that's not bad, the dual exhaust. I thought I only wanted one. But they don't make it like that. It's a 5.7 liter 1,500 truck. Oh. I think they call it a Chevy 1,500 KC or something like that. But anyway, the oh, I forgot my little stud thing in there. Possibly. Maybe. But anyway, that thing, that size, and there it's a M10 1.5. But I got those at AutoZone. I was trying to get the other ones, the bolts, but anyway, the thread is M10 by 1.5 is metric. And the tap drill, you want to know the tap drill for it. The tap drill size It's 8.5 millimeter. The decimal would be 0.334. 110 by 1.5. So if you want to, oh, and then this is the drill I got. Here, this is the size drill I got. I got a size just a little bit smaller. Some 8.3 millimeter. 21/64. I don't really know what decimal that is, but the tap drill size is it's 0.334. This is one smaller. Then you just tap it out and get some tap. I don't know. I got this stuff with some thread cutting oil. I just gotta tap one of these, tap, and get a tap handle to make sure you don't break the tap off. When I was a machinist, I done tapping a lot. And what you do is you screw it in a couple of times. Maybe you screw it in like one turn or two turns, then you stop, and then you go back off a little bit to break off the chip. Then you you screw it out a little bit, then you screw it back in like 2 or 3 more turns, then you reverse it, put a bunch of oil on it, and then keep putting oil on it every time you turn it, and then keep putting it in maybe 2 turns, then back it off because you got to break the chip off, and then put more oil on it, cutting oil, and that's how you tap. And the taps are very brittle, so try not to break it off, because those taps, they will break very easily because they're hard, but the taps will break, and once you break one off inside there, you're screwed. I mean, you're fucked. Sorry, I should not swear, but once you break a tap off in there, and there's really kind of no way to get it out. Because, I mean, then you're really screwed. Really bad. Because, I don't know, how are you going to get it out? It's so hard, you can't drill through it. So, like, maybe you get some carbide, but I don't know, man, that's questionable. But yeah, you do not want to break one of those off. That's your job is over when you break one of those off. I don't know. When I was in the machine shop, we used to, because I was working as a machinist for like 12, 13 years. But we used to just take an electrical discharge machine. It just takes metal away. But then you gotta set it up in the machine and take it apart, and it was no big deal. Just put it in the EDM machine. Just takes all the metal away, then it's all finished. But yeah, you don't want to. They're brittle. You don't want to break them off, and that's why I use a lot of cutting oil. But anyway, just be gentle with them, and don't try to put them in twice. Just put them in once. Once you got it going in, into the hole. And it's going in really good, don't try and take it out and put it back in, because what'll happen is it's a cutting tool, and it'll cut new threads over your ones that you just made. So when you're doing it, only put it in once and take it out once. Don't try to take it out and put it in again, because won't be lined up properly exactly the way you had it, and you cut other threads in it, and you can ruin your threads like that. So just trying to tell you that, if you never tapped before. But anyway, yeah, so and then there's little springs. there's little springs on here that go on the So here's the bolt, and then you got these springs, and they go on like this. And the bolts go on here like this. Like that. And the spring tension is against, I guess because the engine's probably vibrating, and as they got springs on the bolt. And I got some washers too. Anyway, I got some washers to, put on the bolt and everything. So anyway, then I went and got some cobalt. When I drilled the holes out, I went in there with I got cobalt drills. I bought some. Cobalt drills. Milwaukee cobalt drills. But they broke off and chipped. I mean, the one did, not all of them, but just the one. But I got a grinding wheel too, and I know how to sharpen them because I'm a machinist. So I know how to sharpen drill bits. That's one good thing about being a machinist. I mean, I'm not doing it as a job now, but being a machinist has really paid off a lot. A lot of this work, if I wasn't a machinist, I wouldn't know what to do. But yeah, you got to grind it. But sharpening a drill is pretty hard to do. I mean, honestly. But I know some people. My dad, he used to call it an art. It's an art sharpening a drill. I have to admit, yeah. But I mean, you can do it, but the drill's over or something like that. I mean, it actually really is a very precise thing. Some people can't. I tried to teach one person how to sharpen a drill. He couldn't do it. But anyway, I went in with a pilot drill, little drill first. Then this is a cobalt drill bit, so a little bit tougher. Then I went the next size up a little bit, and this size up a little bit more. Then this is the size that I went at the last one, so I opened them up just a little bit at a time. And then I don't know, if you're gonna sharpen them, you would there's some people can't tell what a cutting edge is, but I was trying. But I mean, but there's a cutting edge on there. I don't know if you can really. But yeah, this is the cutting edge right here. This is the thing that's it's razor sharp too. It should be razor sharp. And then when you sharpen it, you just put it up against the grinding wheel. Kind of like this. If this is the grinding wheel here, you just put it against the grinding wheel like this, and you kind of just go like that. Just like 2 turns like this, and then you flip it around. Then you do a couple turns like this, just kind of push it up like that. Then try to do it even on both sides, and then just push it up like that. That's how you sharpen it. Just like that. Then do a couple times like that while the grinding wheel is still spinning. And, be careful on the grinding wheel, because that thing will really hurt really bad, and you can really get hurt. Your fingers, ground off. I've done it before, and you don't want to touch the grinding wheel. It hurts very badly. I've done it a few times, but yeah, it'll just really maim you really bad. But anyway, that's sharpening. But yeah, you need to learn how to sharpen drills if you want to do this kind of stuff, or you're just going to end up buying brand new drills again when you don't really need to. But anyway, that's all I was going to say. So I just thought I might make a video on it. So hope you liked the video. Hope it helped you out. and I don't know. Maybe I'll plow your driveway someday. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is just for around here. So all right. Okay, all right. Bye. Catch you later. Hope to help you out.